we're gonna pick right back up with Frederick. As you were leaving the bar.
Yeah, well, as much as I was joking about it earlier, I will not be attempting to drive anywhere right now.
Phone a friend?
What time of the night is it? Is this very much a it's the middle of the night and it's time to phone a friend? Or
When you had started drinking, it was probably around happy hour. It is now dark outside, so you don't know exactly how long you've been there. Weren't really keeping track of time, I don't suspect.
Yeah, probably not. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll send a little group chat. If there's anyone free, I could use a ride back to wherever I was staying. Beats walking, especially with the city on fire. Metaphorically, sometimes literally.
Edward would be a little busy at this time. Probably going over things with Sasha. So that leaves Bishop and Robert. Either of you would like to answer the call, or, well, the text message of a somewhat inebriated Frederick.
What time is it?
That depends on that, right?
Probably be about 10:30.
That's not so bad.
I'm just gonna respond back. Yeah, I may be able to pick you up what part of town that you're at. As you know, I'm still at the rectory. So yeah.
I mean, presumably I would know where I started. I haven't been jumping around, so.
Yeah, no, you can easily give him an address.
I'm gonna come. I'm letting them know that I'm gonna come and pick up. I'm gonna ask anybody else needs a ride. Doesn't look like.
Nope.
No. Okay. So yeah, Bishop is gonna take the just borrow the delivery van for the soup kitchen for the church and just go with that. The cross and everything. Let's go in full uniform, as they say.
So, Bishop, you pull into what is essentially a dive bar in the not great section of Charleston, with the soup kitchen van dressed, I'm assuming even with the collar, since you said
yes,
dressed in uniform, to pick up Frederick. Frederick, what is your thought when you see the soup kitchen van rolling in?
I mean, I wish I had a good. I wish I had a good little witty reply here. He's yeah, sure. I just had a conversation with some guy about his nephew's probably dying in a pit somewhere. That's this ain't the worst of it tonight.
I'm parking right in front and just beep beep, the honking for. Am I seeing Frederick over there?
Yeah, Frederick was outside by the time you got there, most definitely.
Probably sitting on the curb. Well,
Right about.
time present.
Ready to go, Frederick?
For now, yeah.
All right, so we'll go back to the refractory. I mean, we got a spare bed. What do you think?
Night's still young. What are you?
All right.
Plenty of leads to look into.
What are the others doing right now? So are we gonna put everybody together, meet back with the rest?
You sending that through the group chat?
Yeah, that's I picked up Frederick, guys. Do we get together or what's next here?
So, to alleviate some of the extraneous stuff here, Edward, it is after Sasha's rendezvous with the police officer that was tailing her. And I would feel like Sasha would loop you in on that. So you are fully aware of the entire situation. I feel like that might obviously come up here shortly. So I wanted to alleviate that bit of questioning there.
So I will take Sasha home, and then from there I will cycle back and meet up with Bishop and Frederick.
And Robbie?
Yes, indeed. Sorry I was not here last session, so what was I doing? Where am I?
That's up to you.
Okay. Well, it's 10:30-ish, you said. He would probably normally be winding down to go to bed, but if the group is meeting together to discuss Hunter things, he should probably be present for that. So he'll rewind himself, get out of bed, and go. He'll send a text to the group chat. I'll be there. Where are we meeting? Where are we meeting?
Refractor maybe, or anywhere that's in between. If you guys are gonna be somewhere else, it's up to you. We can pretty much be anywhere. Church has some space if you want to have a conversation or maybe do a little planning.
I'll meet wherever y'all want to meet. Unless
Let's
you want
go
to
for the
call.
refractor.
All right.
Yeah.
Reminder, question to Storyteller. Did I send a message to Juliet?
No, you had not.
No, just checking.
So, doesn't take too long to get everybody assembled. Once you are all assembled, how does this go down?
What do we do next, guys? What did we find so far? I mean, maybe we put our heads together. Frederick, what did you dig up in that establishment? I'm putting establishment with an emphasis.
Oh, come on, it's a fine place. The owner's a wonderful man. He's got a great view outlook on the world. He's a great lad. No, city's right and proper. It ain't worth it here anymore. Look, we've already torched the damn place. I'm done.
Okay.
I got my own. I don't know. This ain't even a lead on any of the weird stuff going on in the world, as far as I know. I'm, doing my good deed for the day, week. I don't know. Missing persons report I'm going to look into. I don't know about the lot of you. Some kids lost in a cave. We can let the vampires burn each other if we really want, but I ain't letting even more innocent folk die.
Is the cave nearby or something? I mean, do we?
I haven't even looked it on the map yet. pull out my phone and try to find this place. I know the name, but you know whether or not I can find it on a map. You know.
I mean, I got me like a backwoods map if you need like trails and such. If it's in that area, I could probably find it.
Hey, weren't on the trail. What he was telling me makes it even harder.
Okay.
For Robert and Edward's benefit here, you can tell Frederick's somewhat inebriated.
He's a bit slurring, yeah.
Just feel like that should be mentioned.
Frederick, maybe let's not go further into the Sunday morning wine. So let's just end it at that reputable establishment that I picked you up in front of.
The wine here is never any good for getting your troubles, anyways.
Oh, shit.
Never enough of it. Ain't a wine.
It's so we got the lad that disappeared. That's there. What do we do about these? I mean, we're just gonna drop the vampires to duke it out, or?
I mean, vampire politics ain't really my shtick. They's gonna do what they's gonna do. It's just I don't want too much collateral damage going on. If they're still torching buildings and other innocents get involved, then that's a problem for us. But if it's just them staking themselves, I don't give two damns about that.
Well,
One less of them to deal with, yeah.
Between the vamps and the church and the feds all trying to kill each other in this town, I don't really want to get involved no more.
I don't think we got a say in that.
Well, we had a say in it a week ago before we brought the hammer down on this place. That say's already gone. I already didn't get that say, so I'm moving on to things I can actually help with.
We got the code, and we got to do what we can. So maybe we got two options here. One is to deal with the lad. The other is there anything we can do to limit the collateral damage of the vampires? I mean, is there any practical, any option, anything anyone can think of?
And there's one obvious solution.
You see Bishop shudder a little bit when you say obvious solution. Obvious solutions usually cause even more collateral damage. No?
Depends how it's done.
Okay. Let's say the obvious solution versus checking the lad in the cave. I'm good with either one. But I don't even know what obvious solution, like taking them out all at once. I think that's where you are leaning towards. Is it even, I mean, do we even have a possibility of that?
I don't think you need to take them out all at once. Just
Right ones?
head off the snake, you know what I mean?
Do we know where that is?
Apparently it's something else as well.
Or?
Something else as well. Do we even know what that's something else? I mean, we thought it was the vampires, now something else that's getting even more on the uncharted territory for us.
Well, my thoughts were we sit down with Juliet, make a similar deal. We get rid of whatever this other threat is, maybe. She leaves town. Slips away quietly,
Greater good and all that, yeah. I mean, if that's gonna... Do we know if there's any connection between the disappearance of this lad versus this how did that kid play into this, Frederick? Do you think there's connection?
Hell if I know. Two kids missing on the TV. Father don't know what happened to him. Disappearing cars in the woods kind of deal. Some backwater road, uncharted cave. Look, I'm all about limiting the damage in this city. But I think that ship sailed. That ship sailed already. The head of the snake's buried under 7 feet of dirt already, hiding. We had a chance to make that strategic blow, and that ain't happening right now very easily.
Another question to Storyteller. Did we ever get the footage from outside the bank?
Well, let me ask. Frederick, would you have went back during that last week?
If I recall, I was waiting on a warrant.
Yes. Would you have followed up with I believe it was Edward's contact attempting to get that for you, was it not?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would have before I knew that the actual feds were like rolling into town, so but that was like a week at time, so up to you, I suppose.
Let me do a quick roll here. All right. Now, Edward's contact somewhat comes through here. However, the way it arrives is somewhat dubious in nature. It doesn't... You don't know why. You can't necessarily say, oh, well, this is obviously a fake. It's done in such a way where you probably couldn't call it out, especially if you're not in the know, as it were. But there's just this feeling that you get that it's not on the up and up.
Suppose that's what talking my way out of it is useful for. But
so, if you want, you can go ahead and roll a persuasion manipulation with no modifier to try and maneuver your way through the bank manager again with this.
now, I had good luck last week. It ain't happening again.
But you have one success, so...
Yeah, but I don't like the number 1.
He nods and goes, all right, looks like everything's in place. Well... And then he just goes, okay, he signs his name at the bottom of a paper, turns the paper over, and turns it towards you, handing you the pen. If you could just sign this, please. And
Oh, yeah, sure.
as you finish,
I'm gonna sign it. I'll sign it in my name, and I ain't signing it to look like how I regularly sign things,
As you finish, he turns, looks over the paper, nods, places the pen on top of it, and then in a Nella envelope, he passes you over. It's a DVD, essentially. They aren't using VHS tapes anymore,
I sure hope the ATM security camera's not running on a VHS. I
But
sure
they've
hope.
recorded over it so many times, it's just static now.
So, what exactly were you hoping from those videos?
Well, I mean, I was hoping to just get, like, faces. That would be useful. Or, potentially, some supernatural, something that the security guy overlooked as weird, it's just the camera being bad kind of deal.
There is no supernatural stuff, but you are able to get some facial features. You don't know any of these people, though, so they're just essentially faces in a crowd at this point.
But I think so we have the information, but I don't know what we can do with that information. Like the point where knowing a couple faces in the crowd and hunting them down based on a face is, I don't know how useful that's going to be at this point.
Well, if we can track him down, maybe. Just maybe it's mentioned about cutting the head off snakes. There's a couple of breeds, pythons mostly, they're slightly protective of their eggs. We grab a couple of those that showed up on that video. Maybe we can lure her out. Right, and that maybe just give her a call.
That would be the easiest. Hey, you want to meet?
So, with those people being faces in the crowd, what does everybody want to focus on?
I will call Juliet.
Good enough at night. Hello?
Hey, well. I think it's about time we have a talk.
That's bold. Bold
Yeah, I
of
thought so.
you.
Yeah, I know.
So, let me ask this question. Are you the reason why all these other players are on the field now?
I'm part of it.
You know that puts us on a very bad foot with each other.
Yeah, I know, but apparently there's something else that's come over and started pissing in your backyard.
Meet at my office. Address is on the card.
It's all the same to you, like you say, where Eleanor's prefer somewhere a little more neutrality. It's all the same to you.
You know, you might wish that, but right now it sounds like you want something from me, so it's time to play ball in my game.
I think we could do well by each other.
What are you offering? Let's just start off with that before I even deign to go any further.
Just cutting back, does anyone else want me to add in anything on this point?
Well, Robert hasn't actually met this lady at all, so he doesn't know what what her deal is, or your deal with her.
Bishop met very shortly, but I see where you are going with this. I think chips down is a good moment. Nothing to add.
Nothing. Gandhi, do you want anything from this?
Say again, sorry?
Do you want anything from this? Because we got the. Obviously, the kind of the Strixes are ace in the hand at the moment.
I mean, Frederick doesn't know what a Strix is. All he knows is that there's a third group that apparently is very evil, but he knows nothing about it, you know.
But do you want anything from the agreement as well?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, right now we are just agreeing to speak with her. There is no real agreement here, no? Just we are gonna meet.
No, nothing
basically.
yet.
Yeah.
Nothing yet.
He just wants to know what cards to bring to the table.
Okay.
What we want is, well, I want to see an end to all of this. I think that was pretty obvious, wasn't it?
If it wasn't before, it is now.
Or was something else? Something else which, if I'm led to believe, you're afraid of, which... Well, that's gotta be really big and nasty, don't it?
Fine, why don't we meet at the place where we met, if you want a neutral place?
Why not? We'll be there.
I'll see you there. The line goes dead.
I'll get my phone and head back into the church.
Where we meet?
Where it all started.
Oof.
I think
Well.
the blazes. I think the fire's calm down a bit now.
I think Irene's tick is definitely is gonna happen. Who feels this could be an ambush, other than me?
Robert raises his hand. Yeah, probably.
Well, we've seen a couple of their faces as well. Just be. Eyes open for anyone we recognize them. Eyes open for anyone who we don't.
How much time do we have? Is like in an hour, 2 hours now?
I just said we'd be there.
Okay.
Of course, the more time we give her, the more time there is for her to say something.
Exactly.
The quicker we can say something. Continuously play.
Whereabouts is this? Is this like a public place, or is this off like a side road?
No, it's Main Street.
It was on Main
Place where
Street.
Place where the old thrift store went up in blaze on that point.
And it wasn't that far from the church either, so pretty close to downtown. That's what that's what it was. Could be there maybe 15 tops.
Easily, especially in a car.
Yeah. I won't be driving too fast though. I mean, it's a it's a church car and whatnot. It's gonna go speed limit below it.
Bobby, she ain't seen you. Do you want to take point?
Sure. Yeah, I can go scout the place out. I don't know exactly what or who I'll be looking for though, but maybe just anything suspicious.
Folks, this could be a very pivotal moment in our vigil. We are gonna be facing an antagonist, and we got to really get this out. So I think we need the best out of here. I'm going to try to inspire the folks. We did quite a bit of things, but things can get pretty hairy here. I think we need to be in our A game. I have the inspiring merit. Shall I make a roll to...
Yes, please.
Alright.
We'll see how your words actually affect the group here.
Absolutely. So that's what we are going to do. Give me a second. Just make sure that... And I am about to do just that. Yeah. I'm there, and... And I'm about to do that, so just 1 second.
Five successes. What's the exceptional success for that merit, if there is one?
I don't even recall there being a roll for inspiring. But
Yeah, there is, because I think it's...
Presence,
Yeah.
presence and expression, yeah.
I forgot.
Where is it? There it is.
Because if not, then you take the inspired condition as well. Then everybody.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't list an exceptional success.
So you gain the inspired condition as well. Then I'm okay with that.
Normally I wouldn't. Yeah, all of us. Awesome, guys. If you're ready. Now we face the unknown altogether at our A game.
All right, now what am I looking for when I get there?
Any signs of preemptive ambush?
She was with 4 or 5 sketchy looking dudes last time, so odds are good that people who are too well dressed or too well armed for that area.
All right, I think I got a plan. Let's see how it works.
Let me pull the van. I'll meet you guys out front.
I'll take my truck. I'll
Alright.
go ahead of you, y'all.
All right. If you guys want, we can take the van as a separate, so we wouldn't look that too susp.
Yeah, I'll get in the back.
Rolling up to a meeting with the vampires with a van that has a gigantic cross on it. Let's do this.
That's the irony is taking this, yes.
But first, we'll go to Robbie since you're going to be there first.
Yeah.
So
So he's gonna do like a little bit of prep work here. I need a beer, or 2 or 3.
I ain't got him, sorry.
Then I'll be making a pit stop ahead of time.
essentially like a 7-Eleven.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Pulling up the location. Got for humanity.
I don't think they got beer.
Yeah, no. Well, that's where you're heading. I'm seeing if there's any place you can stop off. There really isn't any place
No
for
liquor
you.
store, no drugstore, CVS.
Not on the way.
make something up if you want.
A bar?
There's another church.
They ain't gonna have it.
They'll have wine.
The communion wine.
I could have given
No.
you the communion wine, a little bit of it, of course.
No, I need, well, specifically, I need a beer can or two.
Okay, that you can probably find on the side of the road, honestly.
Yeah. It would help if one's full, but I can make do with a couple of empty ones.
Okay.
It's in the passenger footwell of the truck.
Worst
Yeah.
case, you know what to do with an empty beer can. Make it full.
All right. Well, I stated empties, not a problem.
All right. Freddie, where was that bar you went to?
Yeah, yonder. That way.
All right.
I think. What way do we? He drove. I don't know where it is from here.
That fine establishment was. I'm describing that. Yeah. Spiky, goat.
Yeah. So I need two things. I need beer cans. I need a beer smell.
Smell. Take Freddy with you. You
Okay.
got both.
Okay. Actually, if you desperately actually need like alcohol, the Outback Steakhouse is right across the street from the Orthodox Cathedral that you guys were staying in.
Are they open at 10:30 though?
They're probably closing, if anything.
Closes at 11.
Oh, better hurry then.
You got time. You got time
Run in there and get me a beer.
to go.
You're not allowed to do that.
Shush.
Brown bag it, man. Brown bag it.
So you're able to get what you need. We're not going to go into the specifics here.
That's fine.
Just to move
So
this
he's-
along.
Yeah, we'll just move it along. So yeah, he's gonna drive over to the spot they wanted me or Robert to check out. Drive out in front with anything to see out in front.
A burnt down building.
That's it.
Yeah, this area is actually behind it is a electrical supply store. You can maybe see like it looks like a truck rental place a little bit further out, but this area is somewhat isolated. It is just a Habitat for Humanity building in this area.
All right. Robert's gonna just drive around the block, look around, see if there's anybody out and about.
Nights have become very, very dangerous around here. Not very many people are that daring.
All right. Fair enough. Well, then he's gonna park right in front. Pull back around, park right in front of the place, and he's gonna get out, act all drunk like and stumbly, kick a can out of the cab. Just kind of stumble onto the property.
Go ahead and
See if there's anybody in there. Yeah.
give me. You're trying to. It's more about your body language and cadence, so give me presence plus subterfuge.
Presence, subterfuge. One success.
It is a little bit as you're meandering about, but you do eventually see two black SUVs pull into the area. The group gets out. They notice you very quickly. One relatively rough-looking individual goes, Why don't you get out of here?
Huh? What was that?
Why
I
don't
can't quite hear you, huh?
Why don't you get out of here?
All right. Just give me a minute. I'm just looking for a place with a little bit of privacy. If you get my meaning. And he kind of.
Listen. Get the hell out of here just now. Go.
Can I get like a quick? I don't know the word, but scope them out.
Looking for something in particular, or?
How many are they armed with? What, that kind of stuff.
Give me perception.
Again, 1 success.
With 1 success. Well, very clearly 5 of them. 1 woman in the mix. As for weapons, if they're carrying, they're concealed carrying. As for other weapons that might be visible, well, the dude in front of you kind of looks like he's built like a weapon. He's not overly muscular or anything, but he's just that type of person where you know if you got into a fight with him, he would know what he's doing.
All right. All right. No, I hear you, fellas. It's just, you see, there's a little fire over here right there. I'm gonna put that out. It'll take me like 30 seconds. Just give me. He starts unzipping his pants. I really can't. I've been driving around. I can't find nothing.
What's your defense?
It would be 6, but since he's mid,
I'll give you a half because I don't think you're completely defenseless.
Yeah, he's not, but he's also trying to emulate being, drunk and preoccupied.
This guy grabs a hold of you, and before you know it, you're in a hold. He's grappled you.
All right. And start tapping. I get you. Can I breathe? Actually,
it's not a chokehold.
Okay. Point taken. I was just trying to relieve myself. I'll go elsewhere. Don't get your panties in a tizzy.
Are you gonna resist him?
He'll go like a little bit limp, but he's not like trying to throw him off or anything.
Okay. I'll do a -2 penalty for that. He does eventually just push you away. Realizing that while you're not necessarily fighting, you're going limp makes you a little bit difficult to move.
That is the right. Yeah, it's hard to move a limp body.
So
yeah, Robert will kind of stumble out back to his truck, but are they parked near him?
No, they did park a distance away.
Okay. Then yeah, he'll stumble back and kind of give him a rude gesture before getting in his van.
With that,
just be not nice anymore.
With that perception, I'm gonna say you do eventually hear him say, "Just some drunk idiot out here. We should be safe."
All right, so then he'll drive like around the corner so that he's out of their sight, and then he'll give the group a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a few folk there now. I counted 5. Tough looking people, these. They's on the phone. There may be more out there, but I just saw the 5. 6
Did you see
with the lady.
her?
I did see some important looking lady giving him orders and such.
We do a dead drop. I can leave you a rifle. You want to get to a hot point for us?
Yeah, I'll get on that. Give me a good spot. I know you're good at that.
My experience of the area, do I know a point where you can maybe get to a vantage point or...
The top of the electrical supply store right across the road.
Sounds like one.
I'll meet you there.
Be there in a few minutes.
Basically driving with that, yeah.
So driving up in the soup kitchen van. Edward,
I think we are driving. We are dropping Edward also on the way for the for that. Frederick and me are gonna be on that, no?
I was the one that... I'm just dropping off the rifle for...
Oh, got you. Okay. I misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going on foot?
No, we're just gonna drop it all three and just.
Okay.
Guys, we should look for the most obvious, so it wouldn't look like we are going for an ambush. That's my take. If we drive it to soup kitchen, who's gonna suspect this? That is just sometimes.
The only thing is, maybe one of them gets away. It's got a look. It's got an association.
I see. We don't want them to know. I see. Okay. Let's drive maybe just a little bit away, not roll in with the soup kitchen van. We arrive on foot. I got the picture, yeah.
And, same thing as well. You might want to lose the...
That, I think it's too late for that. She saw me with it, and well, if it's come to that, occupational hazard.
So, going on foot, that's perfectly fine. Takes a bit. Edward, it takes a little longer for you to loop around to get to the electrical supply store for the dead drop. Do you reconvene? Or are you gonna go up there?
No, I'll reconvene with the others. Give the rifle to Bobby and...
We arrive all together.
You kind of were the one that set the meeting. You kind of have to be there.
I need to be there.
Yeah. As the three of you approach. Brought a new friend, I see. Juliet's voice rings out. I don't recognize that man. Gestures at Frederick.
Yeah, he's one of us. We've been working together for some time.
Where's the girl?
Not true. Out of town.
I find that difficult to believe, but...
It was our terms.
Speak your piece. We're here now.
So, what I've heard, what my friend heard, you got another problem. Something even bigger and better and nastier than you.
Are we allowing fantasy as a bargaining chip now? She kind of looks at her coterie, as it were, and, they all share a chuckle with each other.
Can I sort of do is that bravado?
That would be wits plus empathy. Want to do that roll?
Remember your strike condition.
Yeah. Don't know if I want to use it just yet because it's...
Once a scene, yeah.
Well, once it's used, it's done.
Right.
Empathy. Where's empathy? I'm in a willpower. So that's... No, we've continued. Oh, I see.
To the best of your knowledge, this is not bravado.
Well, whoever got this information didn't seem to think it was fantasy.
People believe in all sorts of weird, fantastical tales. She makes a gesture towards Bishop.
Was it mentioned that... sorry. Bishop.
I'm just going to. I don't think we got a chance to. My colleagues explained some of the good things that you did, and I don't think we had a right way to start. I'm just gesture. I'm basically going to shake hands with her. We may have started with the wrong foot.
She just she raises her eyebrow and shakes her head. We are not on good terms right now. I'm not offering, or I'm not accepting anything you're offering.
I had to try. We don't have to be enemies. I don't think that is necessary here.
At this point, she takes a step forward towards Bishop. We don't have to be enemies? 'Cause, let me get this straight. I meet you, and I extend an olive branch. Next thing I realize is 2 nights later, I've got the Inquisition on my back, Spanish or otherwise. And now we have these suits that show up, and they're making my contacts in the police department very nervous. Now,
That is nothing to notice.
as much as I would love to believe that, too many coincidences. She shakes her head. No.
Look,
It was. Was it mentioned what? Was any kind of description given for the other threats? Do we know it's owls or something like that? Can't remember if that was mentioned.
Just a third group of terrorists.
No, owls were specifically mentioned.
Were they?
Yes.
They were, yeah.
Richter had stated when he met with the group the increased amount of owl sightings.
I thought there was something in there. So, I mean, we find ourselves in an impasse here. I was going to offer you the chance to, we do a little bit of animal control, and then we give you 24 hours to leave.
Animal control?
Well, owls specifically. Apparently there's a problem for you.
She puts her hands in her jacket pockets. She turns her head, and when she looks up, can the 3 of you roll a perception check here?
yeah.
If I fail this one. Oh, 1 success.
4?
So close.
I think I did. And 2 success, yeah.
As she looks back up, you catch a reddish-orange hue to her eyes.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Hunter the Vigil, Critical Measures, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, why must those who hunt monsters hunt themselves?